This episode of the Acts of Geekery podcast is brought to you by Galactus Insurance. You're gonna need it.
We are the Heralds of Galactus. No, we're the Acts of Geekery podcast, back for episode 51. I'm Corey the Silver Surfer.
And I'm Scott the Bronze Surfer.
There's a Gold Surfer, but...
And by bronze, I just mean I don't tan normally, so I just go get the fake tan. And then by surfing, I mean I just sit in my chair and get on the internet.
Yeah.
So I'm surfing the internet with my fake tan. And those of you that know me, I don't really have a fake tan.
But we are actually the Brothers Geek,
Yes.
here to bring you all the geeky things in the world of geekdom. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yep. Off to a fantastic
You were about to
start.
say our names again, like you're Corey.
No, I'm Corey.
We know,
guys,
we know.
I'm Corey.
We know. We did this bit last time.
I know.
Even though last time it wasn't a bit, it was actually a real mistake. So
Now it's a bit.
no. Okay. Yeah, sure.
Well, it was.
Well,
it's not a
whatever.
very good bit. Let's just go ahead and get into the news.
Please don't tell my supervisor I was sleeping.
It's the news.
The news.
Yep. And we're actually going to start off with some sad news. This happened last week after we were done recording.
Yeah.
So we are a week late, basically, for this news. But the Nintendo
But
CEO...
we're not past. We haven't had a week of mourning. Well, we've had a week of mourning.
Yeah, it's been a week of mourning.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. But the Nintendo CEO, Satoru Iwata, has died at
Professor
age 55.
Iwatani.
No.
That's
not...
all. I'm sorry. That's. Ever since I seen that Pixels trailer, every time I see his name, it automatically
It just converts itself.
dyslexic morphs into my head to Professor Iwatani.
Well, be respectful for the loss of a great
Right.
man who helped develop games like Super Mario Brothers, Kirby.
yeah. Pretty much started most of us off on gaming. So
What's your favorite Nintendo game?
I don't know. That's a hard question to
That
just
is a
answer
very-
right away.
That is a very hard question.
I loved Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart.
I think Mario Kart for me too.
And I can't pick one. Well, yeah, I can. Double Dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Kart
I was
Double
gonna
Dash.
say,
Sure.
geez,
Hang
come
on.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, farewell. He died of cancer, in case people were wondering.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
Oh, that's right. We
Yeah.
looked it up. It was cancer.
It was It had some weird name, but it ended up being cancer.
Yeah, bowel explosion cancer. I think.
That makes it sound so bad. I'm sorry. I'm laughing. I'm like 12.
We're all 12 on the inside.
Yeah, it's true. Everybody on the internet is 12.
Yep.
But there's some good tributes to him of like his characters hugging him and everything. So, yeah. All right, now it's time for Who's Still Kicking with birthdays. And we'll try and pick things up here.
This one is definitely still kicking.
Yes.
Patrick Stewart.
Yay.
Jean-Luc Picard.
Absolutely. One of the triple threats, I'd say, in sci-fi.
Okay.
It's Patrick Stewart,
Yeah.
who turned 75.
Mm-hmm.
We also have another of the triple threats on our list, Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Captain Han Solo turned 73.
Yep.
They're only 2 years apart,
Yeah.
which is really weird.
And what's the third of the triple
That
threat?
would be Nathan Fillion as Malcolm Reynolds.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think
he's not
the
old
space
yet.
captain
threat.
threat.
Come on. Adama. Admiral Adama.
No, Battlestar Galactica is not as good to be in the triple threat.
Don't say that. You've never seen it.
It's
You
true.
don't
I
know.
haven't.
You don't know.
If it was that good, I would have seen it already, Scott.
No, that doesn't mean anything. I haven't.
No,
apparently,
you're right.
apparently, Young Frankenstein is brilliant, and I've never seen it.
It is. It is brilliant.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But I'm not going to go around and say that it's not good.
Well, it's a black and white movie, so
No,
you
it's not
might.
good.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. All right, moving on.
I don't like him because they're too far away from reality.
We'll argue about this.
I see in
later.
color.
Well, I see black and... Oh, wait. That's not a good thing.
I see black and white as well, but I also see red and green and blue and yellow and all these other colors also.
Remind me, I have a good seeing black and white, seeing color
Okay.
story to tell you later.
Okay.
So let's move on to other birthdays. Colton Haynes is the next birthday on our
No
list.
idea who that is.
You will once I tell you who it is. He's 27, and he is Arsenal on Arrow.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's Roy.
Yeah, he's pretty Roy.
Mm-hmm. He's a tiny Michael Cena, wasn't it? Did we call it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he's a miniature Michael Cena, the wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I remember. I forgot about that.
Yep.
We haven't watched it in like 6 months.
Exactly. It's been so long. Everybody's favorite Dungeons and Dragons player, Vin Diesel, turned 48.
Okay. Everyone's favorite plant
Uh-huh.
as well.
I hear he is Groot.
He's also everyone's favorite giant robot.
Oh, yeah, and he did some weird car movies, I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did he play the Cars? Oh, all
Vin
the cars
Diesel in Cars.
Nope. Okay,
There has to be...
I'll tell you what.
'Kay.
Vin Diesel
Mhm.
is the perfect star of the Fast and Furious movies, and here's
Yes.
why. Because not only did he play himself or his character, he also made all the voices of the cars.
He voiced all the noises.
Just constant him growling into the microphone.
I want to see... Because Pixar is going to make Cars 3.
Yes.
That's going to happen. I'm
wanna
sorry,
see him
all
as
you
a voice?
Pixar. I want to see like a clip where they're watching movies at the end, and it's a Fast and Furious with the cars,
Yeah.
and it's their voices and
Oh.
everything.
I-
Yep.
I would.
I just blew your mind.
I would. Oh my gosh.
You would
I would-
watch a Pixar Fast
I would.
and Furious.
I would
wouldn't
watch
you?
a Pixar Fast and Furious, even if they just took the first one
Yeah.
and redid it, but did it in Pixar. Oh,
Absolutely.
You know what? Pause the podcast. I'm gonna go call the head of Pixar.
What'd they say?
I don't have his number apparently.
Okay.
It's not
just
that
called
easy.
some taco
It's
stand.
not
it's
that.
weird.
Well, I ordered us pizza.
Oh,
It's
good.
not that easy to find it online.
Can
either,
you?
so.
Can I have a large pepperoni and a message relayed to John Lasseter? We can do one of those things. And then last but not
pepperoni.
least, for birthdays, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Well, there's another one, but you didn't write it down because you didn't think that.
oh
she's very
no,
geeky.
you're right. I forgot to write that one down. So Benedict Cumberbatch is 39.
Yep.
Our Sherlock and our Doctor Strange.
And our Doctor Strange.
And then you're right.
And also
Jane-
our con.
Yes. Con.
Someone has to yell it when you say con.
Con.
There you go.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Comic Con. Like 10 people in the audience.
Comic-Con.
Yep.
Yep.
But then Jane Lynch actually turned 55.
51 through 5.
One
I
somewhere in
can't
there.
remember if it
I
was
guess
like 53,
she's kind of
52.
geeky. She was in Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, she played the lady with the gun.
Yep. And I don't think that picture that you saw of her cosplaying as her character in
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph, I think that was from a few years ago because I've
Probably.
seen that before.
Yeah.
But that wasn't like her birthday. She decided
No,
to
I
dress up
didn't
as that.
say that was. I just said, oh, look, here she is, and she's cosplaying.
I wasn't paying attention.
I know. You were on Khan Academy.
I was coding.
Con.
Con.
Every time you log in.
Mhm.
Okay.
Absolutely. And like at least 10 times throughout the lessons.
Yep. True. You have to.
Yeah.
It's just, you just have to.
All right. Let's talk about Salt Lake Comic Con.
Okay,
So
because
regular Comic-Con's
it's not
over.
like we haven't. It's not like we've actually said anything about it. Really,
No.
There's been no great announcements for guests,
and
there's been no great announcements for panels.
Last year we talked about every guest that they announced and everything, and this year we've mentioned a few. I think Felicia Day was coming back. I think we mentioned that.
yeah,
I
think John
Heater?
No, the guy who plays Merlin on Arrow,
Barrowman.
Barrowman. I think he's coming back.
And we were
But
just kinda
anyways-
like there's not really
Yeah.
any celebrities that are super exciting. There's a few that are kind of okay, They got a couple Doctor Who stars as always, but then they dropped this bomb on us a few days ago. They got Chris Evans coming,
Captain America.
which he'll just be there Saturday. That's
fine.
yeah, but I
Whatever.
mean that's awesome.
He'll do a panel. He'll do a
I'll be there.
People.
I don't like too many panels, but I'll go see Chris Evans' panel.
Oh yeah, and if Stan Lee comes back, you gotta go see his panel, right?
Yep, he's not doing too good from what I remember.
That's true.
He's got
some
eye
hospital
cancer stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Darn cancer. I know. Just relax. We might not see him.
Yeah. Well, is that a bad eye cancer joke, Corey?
If he's like Uatu the Watcher still.
No. I was gonna say,
Go on.
is he gonna come? Is he gonna get Daredevil powers? Because amazing. I can't believe sorry, guys. Well, you know what? We're leaving it in. I don't care.
No, we're taking that
it's
out.
Amazing. We'll bleep it.
We'll bleep it out or we'll cut it out because. And did you almost just say it again?
No, just write it down.
This whole thing is just terrible. What was the time?
I don't care. All right. Yeah. Anyways, Chris Evans, Salt Lake Comic-Con. This is our third time going. We probably this is the one to wow us. Like we have our rule of 3.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't like something for 3,
First one was great.
fantastic.
Second one was.
I was not very happy with it at all.
I was fine. I did fine with it.
I bought a lot of stuff.
I cosplay. I actually cosplay. I think that was my saving grace for that year. Was I actually ran around and cosplayed. So, but we'll see. We'll see this year. I don't know. We might be banned from everything after what Scott just did.
What?
You just swore on the internet.
So
Nobody does.
No one
that.
swears on the internet. Yeah.
The internet is a nice place.
No one swears.
And you're ruining it with your filth.
No one curses on podcasts either, or the radio.
Nope. All right. Next, all superhero shows on TV got Emmy nominations. That's what I wrote down.
Flash, Arrow, Daredevil,
Constantine, which was surprising.
Yeah, not Gotham actually.
Did it say? I thought it said Gotham.
No, it didn't. It was we're missing one, I think. Flash, Arrow, Constantine. Maybe
Agent Carter didn't get one.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. got Emmy nominations.
Well, maybe it was Gotham. I don't know.
I thought it was Gotham.
I hope not, because I don't really like that show that much.
It just, I don't know. We've talked so much about it.
The last two
Everybody
episodes,
should know our feelings on it.
The last 2 episodes just.
Let's just move on to.
It's gonna make me swear again.
Yeah, it is, and we don't want that. You and your filthy, dirty mouth.
Stop looking at it so much, then.
You want Hellboy 3, Scott?
Yeah,
absolutely. You do. I do too. Do you know what will help Hellboy 3?
What?
Pacific Rim 2.
Why?
I don't know. But
I guess it's Del Toro.
Yeah, but I guess somebody came out and said if Pacific Rim 2 does really well in the box office and is a hit, then Hellboy 3 might get greenlit. Just because it rhymes doesn't make it true, or doesn't make it not true.
Okay.
So,
I'm excited. Well, they're filming Pacific Rim 2 right now.
Pacific?
Yeah, Pacific Rim. I think it's called Specific.
Specific.
Central and Specific Time.
The Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So they're filming Pacific Rim 2.
Uh-huh.
That's what it's going to be called from now on.
Okay.
Currently, and it comes out next year? I don't know. Have they even released that? Or is it 2017?
I think it was 2016.
I hope so.
Yeah, me too. Because I love Pacific Rim.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's just dumb fun. That's all. And I love movies that are fun.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll talk about movies that are fun.
The second one will be more specific than the first one, right?
We're specifically telling you why this ship is analog.
Oh, I was talking to people. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and
those of you who don't know, Scott hates the part in the movie where the one people's like, "Our mech is analog," and it's like, "No, your mech is from 2015.
It's not analog.
Not analog.
There's not
it's
a
digital.
single thing in there that's analog." Yeah, and the other thing too that drives me crazy is they decide to go for giant robots to fight giant monsters versus bombs, and their naval ships could take out these monsters no problem.
They tried that. They said they tried that.
They're full of crap because guess what? In the Australian mech, he shoots missiles.
Yeah, that's true.
And he kills a monster with missiles. So obviously it can be done. Anyways, it's still a lot of fun.
I can't believe that.
It's still a lot of fun.
That.
But it kind of
it's got some plot holes.
It does.
And they could have been easily changed too.
Yeah.
Like if instead of saying it's analog, just say, "Oh, it wiped out everything within a 5-mile radius." Well, we're just outside that radius. That means that ours is going to work just fine.
Or since it's nuclear inside,
nuclear. It's pronounced nuclear.
So, okay, just because of that, just say, "Oh, we're more heavily shielded."
Mm-hmm.
Fine, yeah. I could have whatever. I'm going to be like, "Okay, I don't care."
You know what, Del Toro? Get off your butt.
Come over to my house. I'm going to tell you everything that's plot hole wrong with your movie that we change in the next movie.
Do you want to be CinemaSins?
No.
Exactly.
I know.
Nobody wants to be CinemaSins.
Not even them. That's why they're so mad.
We can't believe we're us. All right. Let's talk about one of our favorite cartoon animators of all time.
Walt Disney. Pixar.
No, the
DreamWorks.
Japanese Walt Disney.
Oh, Hayao Miyazaki.
Hayao Miyazaki. Such great movies as Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle.
Spirited Away.
Yep. Spirited Away is pretty good. Ponyo's all right.
Ponyo. Yeah, it's My Neighbor Totoro. Mm-hmm. He did that one, I believe.
Yep. He's fantastic. Everything he does is really cool.
Good. Even the sad ones like Graveyard of the Fireflies, where it's all about post-World War II after the bomb was dropped on Hiroshima.
Yeah.
Even that one's a really good movie. So,
well, he is going to be developing his first CG animated film.
I seem to recall, and I could be totally wrong, that he at one point said he would never do a computer animated film. And I don't know if this was years and years ago when the very first Pixar movie started coming out.
And that's, I think, the crux of it. If he said that early on, that's because CG animation used to be kind of crap.
I don't know.
Go back,
Toy Story.
Go back and watch Toy Story again. It's a great movie. The script is amazing. Everything's amazing about it, but you can tell that the CG is kind of crap. I mean, it's not that doesn't make it a bad movie. I still give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm excited for him to,
or 5 out of 5, I should say.
I'm excited for him to make a CG animated film. I love any kind of animated film that he comes out with. So far, I haven't run into any that I hated. It's kind of like Disney. Yeah, Disney's got a lot of animated films, and there's very few that I'm like, this is stupid. There are ones that I don't watch as much as others, but, and I don't ever say this is a terrible movie.
Yeah, I don't think there's... Let's see, is there any Disney movie that I think is terrible?
I couldn't tell you. I don't know you.
Why don't you know me very well? I mean, you're my brother.
Doesn't mean I like you.
That's true.
I just work with you.
We as soon as we shut off this podcast, we are just mortal enemies.
We're like Adam and Jamie from Mythbusters. We hate each other.
But we do the show
until we're on screen.
We do the show just because it gets us money.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. All right, moving on to another show that you're going to be excited about.
Yes.
The Last Starfighter, which is a very fun movie from what I understand.
Classic sci-fi.
Yep. Kind of on the top 100 sci-fi movies you should watch.
Yeah, generally in like the top 20 most of the time. So,
well, apparently they're doing a TV reboot of the series.
Do we know who's doing it? Is it like Stars, or is it HBO, or is it like ABC? Because that all depends. If it's... Because I'll tell you, one thing about Fox is they're willing to put money into shows like Almost Human, Firefly. The problem is they'll cancel them too because they spend too much money on them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want them to be on a channel that's not going to cancel right away.
It doesn't look like there's any
it doesn't say
indication of who's picking it up. Hopefully it'll be a cable channel, because I think that they can pick it up and run with it.
Yeah, Stars, AMC.
What's sci-fi doing these days?
Yeah,
nothing
Syfy.
But Sharknadoes.
And WWE, apparently. They have wrestling on Syfy.
Wow.
It's dumb. So you can watch Stargate and then wrestling back to
wrestling
back.
is fiction.
But it's not science fiction. There's no... The only science behind it is like... I guess it's biology.
No, I mean, they
Steroids.
use like physics and everything to determine where to land and how far to jump.
But that's so stretching it. It's a reality show type deal. Where
it's stretching it when Stretch Armstrong goes on WWE.
Corey, that's a toy. That's not a wrestler.
What?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But
I know. All this time you thought that it was actually a person.
I don't think I can go on.
Yeah. Well, I will go on then.
Okay.
So there's going to be a show coming out, another one, called Emerald City. And it's going to be based off the world of Oz.
Oh, I thought it was Emerald City Comic Con, but go on.
No, it's being showrunner is NBC.
Okay.
Where they're going to pilot it. They just got their director, though, Tarsum Singh. He made movies, one called The Fall, and he made one called Self/Less. That was the new one that came out where
Ryan Reynolds is
it Michael Douglas dies or he's going to die?
Yeah, Michael Douglas is going to die, and he takes Ryan Reynolds' body.
Yep, he transfers into Ryan Reynolds' body.
Yeah, interesting.
And then he probably has lots of sex because that's what you do when you go from being an old dude to a young dude with abs.
Yep. I'm sorry, anybody who thinks otherwise. Men have one thing on their mind.
It literally happens in every single body swap movie ever when old person goes to young person.
Yeah.
I mean, Freaky Friday, I think, is the only one that doesn't.
Just because that's a kid's movie, though.
Just because it's a kid's movie. But any kind of like science fiction or anything where they swap bodies and the person wakes up and they're like, I've got abs.
I'm young again.
I'm going to go to the bar and pick up chicks.
Exactly.
Yep.
So, okay. Don't know how Selfless did in the box office or
I don't think it did terribly.
Critically reviewed. We didn't see it. We saw Minions instead.
Which, by the way, was an awesome movie.
It was pretty fun.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised, actually. I didn't think it was going to be that good.
You remember my problem with it?
Selfless didn't do good.
Yeah, Selfless didn't do good.
No, it was not good.
50% of users.
Yeah.
But I mean, my main problem with Minions was going to be they can't talk. I mean, they don't. That's their whole shtick. Is they talk in broken Spanish, English, and
I was
whatnot.
wrong. It's Ben Kingsley,
not
Michael Douglas.
Right.
I'm thinking of Ant-Man, which we just saw today.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute, guys.
Yeah.
Hold your horses. Anyway, Minions was all right. Anyway, let's move on to Disney.
Okay.
Yeah, talking about Disney
We already
again.
talked about them.
A little bit with the Miyazaki. We talked about Japanese Disney, Scott.
Yeah, that's right.
Quit getting them confused. But Disney, we told you this was going to happen on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
They are developing a live-action Aladdin movie, but it's going to be a prequel. And I'm not sure how I feel. Part of me is disappointed because then you don't get to see the genie.
Yep.
But part of me is relieved because Robin Williams isn't around to do the genie, and that would just be kind of sad for everybody.
Yeah, it would.
So,
well, they'll put the genie in, but it'll be a different person.
Yeah.
And it'll be the story of the genie before Aladdin found him.
oh my gosh, it's going to be called Genie. It will.
I dream of genies.
Jafar. It's going to be called Jafar, and we're going to feel bad for Jafar by the end of it.
Oh gosh, they should name it Iago and make it about the bird.
Yes,
I would watch that.
And the bird, you really should get Gilbert Godfrey to do the bird still.
And he's not just the voice of a bird. He actually just dresses up in a giant bird costume.
He's a real guy. This is my pet parrot, Iago.
That's just the guy in a costume.
I'm not going to even try,
I
Gilbert.
was from Aladdin.
Yeah. You are an Aladdin.
Oh, right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Well, we talked about that, and we actually wanted an Aladdin, live-action Aladdin.
Just movie.
But I wanted the post-apocalyptic version
Yes,
of it.
exactly.
That theory,
That
it's 10,000 years in the future.
You know what? Let's do it. Let's call Disney right now. Get back on that
they
phone.
they won't do it.
I know they won't.
Because they don't like to sully the name of their, or what they think would sully the name of their franchises.
You know what sullied the name of your Sleeping Beauty franchise? Maleficent.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Disney. You had this badass, and I can say ass. That's fine. That's not swearing.
Wait, we're a PG-13 podcast, right?
Yes.
We get one F word.
But you have this great villain that everybody is scared of, or is just super cool and mysterious, and then you turn her into the hero. You're kind of ruining your franchise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But then again, you know what? Sleeping Beauty might be my Disney movie that I really don't like.
It's super old.
It is.
And it shows.
Yeah. But Snow White, their first movie, I have no problems with it. I love watching that one. Yeah. But Sleeping Beauty is just kind of slow.
True. Kind of slow. Although
it puts me to sleep.
Although the whole bippity boppity boop
Cinderella.
Whoops. Never mind.
Okay.
Yep. Nope.
Moving
on.
You're right. Let's talk about the X-Men and the Apocalypse coming at the same time.
Okay.
X-Men Apocalypse is coming.
X-Men Apocalypse, a.k.a. Ivan Ooze returns. The return of Ivan Ooze.
Yes, we've got our first look at Apocalypse, and he looks like Ivan Ooze from Power Rangers.
Yeah. Because he's purple. He's super purple. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's missing the little chin, the little chin thing.
So in this, he doesn't look that purple in this picture. It kind of feels like they saturated.
Purple.
Yeah, but it's kind of
look. They're all purple.
Yeah.
Psylocke is purple. Storm is purple.
And it's blue, though. You know what? I'm colorblind. So
They're purple.
Yeah. But yeah, you get your first look at
Now,
Apocalypse, Psylocke.
We talked about this. It's really hard to do an Apocalypse character and not have him look like a goofball on screen.
Yeah. But
They should have given him gray skin, though.
yeah, they should have done grayscale.
Not purple. I don't know why they picked purple. That was a little weird. But
It's because they're Fox. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Friggin' Psylocke looks great, though.
Yeah, Livy Munn.
That's pretty much her outfit normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes 2 people and a bottle of lube to get her in it, she says.
Yep.
And that's not a euphemism. It really does.
That's really what
it's.
it's
Such a tight
It is
outfit.
a really tight outfit on her. And then I actually enjoyed the look of Storm.
Because
she's
do we
got-
know who plays her? Because
She's actually a new actress.
okay,
Yeah.
because she looks awesome. She's got the Mohawk Storm, where most of her hair except for Mohawk's cut off.
So in this, they have an Entertainment Weekly cover, and in this one, Apocalypse is blue.
Yeah,
Like,
Here.
he's kind of blue and gray. So I don't know if it's just the lighting or what.
yeah, it might be some kind of washed out or something.
Yeah. Quicksilver actually has an outfit in this one, which looks pretty cool.
yeah, and he's actually on the team. Don't kill him off, please. I mean, really,
Yeah.
don't kill him off.
Don't kill him.
Don't even kind of hurt him. Take him out of the thing somehow, like, you know.
Don't worry, Scott. Joss Whedon doesn't have anything to do with this. He's safe.
Yeah,
That's kind of a spoiler, but it's been long. If you listen to this podcast and you haven't seen
we
Age of
told you.
Ultron yet, seriously.
We've also said it.
I know, but seriously, guys. If you didn't see it coming.
Anyways, the cover of Entertainment Weekly looks awesome.
Yes.
It's got
Magneto.
Is it El Sabinur? I think that's how you say his name or something.
Apocalypse.
In the background, you've got Psylocke off to one side, and then you've got Magneto on the other. And his costume is a lot more red.
Yep.
Now, a lot more like crimson colored, and it's kind of cool. He's got some armor
Yeah.
rather than just a shirt.
That's what Magneto needs, because
Yeah.
he can wear armor and not be too taxed by it,
Oh yeah,
because
It
he
wouldn't
can
hurt
just
him.
kind of lift it with
Yep.
his powers and not.
Who says that he's not using his powers to hold it on in the first
That's
place?
true. Yeah.
And swap it out as it gets damaged with other hunks of metal.
And then we also got to look at the Four Horsemen. Not a look, but we got introduced to who's going to be Apocalypse's Four Horsemen. For those of you not in the know, because there are a few people that listen that aren't super geeks, they're just kind of getting introduced to it. The Four Horsemen are the mutants.
Four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yep. And
what is it? Death, famine.
death, famine, war, and pestilence. And Apocalypse just picks 4 people to take those roles.
Yeah.
Sometimes he brings them back from the dead. Sometimes he converts them.
Yeah, in the Marvel universe and the X-Men mythos, that's where the term the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse came from in the past.
Yeah.
It wasn't a Bible thing. It wasn't a religious thing. It was literally a guy named Apocalypse picked four horsemen because he's been around since early Egyptian times.
Exactly. That's where he got to start. So.
Yeah.
And he's like the first mutant.
Yep.
Notable Four Horsemen have been Wolverine,
Yep.
Angel, turned into Archangel, which is really a cool little side story. Banshee has been one.
Yes.
And some other fun ones too. But this time around, we're getting Magneto as a horseman, Psylocke as a horseman,
Yep.
Angel again. Hopefully, they rip off his wings and replace him with metal. I would love to see that.
Or just kind of like coat him in it. Or something.
I like the idea that he
because
rips them off
well,
and
that's
replaces
that's
them.
part of Apocalypse's stick. Is
Yeah. He basically
he's technologically advanced and biologically advanced.
Yeah.
So his body is technology. It's a cyborg. Basically.
yeah, he's a cyborg.
Yeah.
And then Storm rounds out the Four
Yeah.
Horsemen.
And so Storm's character never liked her, mainly because of Halle Berry.
Not just Halle Berry for me. Like,
And in the comics and the
anytime-
old cartoon, I didn't like her voice.
No.
She was just really weird. And she always got knocked out or shut down really quickly.
yeah,
and it drove me crazy.
Well, it's because she's so powerful with
Yeah.
weather control that they're like, we'll take her out.
So in this, apparently, Apocalypse finds her just wreaking havoc on Cairo, probably summoning tornadoes and stuff. And I would be okay with her showing her leveling a city and he comes in and basically says like, "Oh, cool, you're one of my new horsemen."
Yep.
You know?
Welcome aboard.
Yep. Yep. She's throwing lightning bolts all over the place, tornadoes, you know, snowstorms in random parts of the city, freezing stuff. Like, she's really powerful,
She is very powerful.
but she never gets shown that
Yeah.
way on anything. So,
Yep. Speaking of strong black female superheroes,
okay.
that's a good segue. Vixen is coming. We talked about the trailer last week, and we have an air date. So you'll be able to see the first episode of Vixen on CW Seed, which is their internet.
Yeah, they're online.
Yep. August 25th.
Ooh.
So just about a month from now.
Okay.
About a month and actually 5 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say about 5 weeks. And then we got our first look at another animated movie coming out, Batman Bad Blood, because Justice League Gods and Monsters is actually out. We need to go get it so we can watch it.
Tonight.
No. Okay, tonight then. Alrighty. You've convinced me. It took a lot of winking, but you convinced me.
That's my superpower. I just wink at you and you do things.
But because we got something that wasn't Batman in the last movie, that means we have to get an animated movie that's Batman.
We think that DC Animated has some kind of rule or contract obligations to do a Batman movie every other one.
Because I think it's just because it keeps people interested because everybody loves Batman. Everybody but you.
I like
And me.
Batman, but I don't love him.
Yeah.
I don't think he's the greatest thing ever.
I'm not in love with him.
Yeah.
But this next one, Bad Blood, is going to introduce the character of Batwoman into this new 52...
Cassandra Cain.
This new 52 universe that the animated is creating. It takes place after Batman vs. Robin.
Ooh, do you think that they'll show her as a lesbian? Because she is in the
Interesting.
comics. I wonder if they will
I hope so.
even mention it at all, or if it will be...
That would be very interesting.
Yeah, because she's dating some detective girl.
She's Renee Montoya.
Oh,
or
yeah.
she did at one point.
Yeah, at one point.
I don't know if she is right now.
But I'd be interesting to see if they just gloss over that or if they actually bring it up.
Yeah. And they're also introducing Batwing, which is the African-American Batman.
Mm-hmm. He uses like a kind of a robo suit.
It's
almost.
kind of like a Falcon suit.
Yeah, he's got
Falcon wings, yeah. But he's got
He
bat
can
wings.
actually fly.
So, who is coming? Sean Mayer is returning as Nightwing. Sean Mayer is Firefly, if you remember.
Yeah. Jason O'Mara,
O'Mara
new
is,
Batman.
coming back as Batman. Marina Baccarin is coming back as Talia al Ghul.
Cool.
And Ernie Hudson is going to be voicing Lucius Fox.
Yay.
Yay, the Black Ghostbuster.
Who are we going to call? Batman.
But the question on your lips, of course, listener, is who is going to be playing Batwoman? Well, I'll tell you.
Right after this.
Right after these messages.
From our sponsor, Galactus Insurance.
Somebody save us!
Just a bunch of screaming.
No, Yvonne Strahovski of Chuck and Dexter fame.
The fan favorite for Captain America.
Captain Marvel. Captain America Marvel.
Here, punch my card because that was bad.
Yeah.
Wow.
I should punch it for Cinderella, too, but
No,
we'll just
I
let
don't
that
really care.
Well, it doesn't matter if you care about it, Scott.
No, it does matter.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. We got to figure out our rules.
But we do. We also talked about another animated film that's going to be coming next year. Oh, that's coming out in 2016, by the way. So, actually, I think Killing Jokes is 2017.
Okay.
Is when that one's coming out. But Mark Hamill says he wants to voice the Joker for the Killing Joke animated film, which is awesome. And if he voices the Joker, I say you have to get Kevin Conroy back to voice
Batman.
He
is the Batman.
He is the Batman. All right, I got one last story that's going to make you facepalm. It's going to make you double.
I read about
double
this, actually.
facepalm.
I just find it funny.
There is a petition going around to change the name of Washington D.C. to Washington Marvel. I can't do it anymore. I quit the podcast. There's just some fans out there that are just too obsessed.
Or is it a joke?
I hope it's a joke.
Because you can put a petition
It's
in.
already got like 1,000 signatures.
You can put a petition in for anything.
True.
on whitehouse.gov,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a petition section, and I mean anything. They have a petition to send Bieber back to Canada, and it got enough votes for the Senate to look at it. I don't know if they said anything yet, but
They probably were like,
deport Bieber.
we should probably give this some consideration.
Yeah, everyone wants him gone. That's funny. Whatever.
Yeah, okay. All right. If it's a joke, it's fine. But if somebody is seriously like, hey, how it's DC, I want it to be Marvel, I'm gonna track this person down. I'm gonna smack them across the face.
From now on, I'm gonna be like, where are you headed on your vacation? Oh, cool. Washington Marvel? And they're like, what? Is that like the name of the Washington Monument? The Washington Marvel?
The Washington Marvel.
It's just a giant pyramid on top of a pillar.
Yep.
An obelisk. That's the word I was looking for.
It's an obelisk.
That's an obelisk. I was looking for that.
You don't even have to add the pyramid on top part. That obelisk is
technically... You gotta clarify. You might as well. I mean, it could just be a square rock.
That would just be called a pillar. An obelisk has the pyramid shape on top.
Is it called a pillar if it's not holding something up?
That's true.
Or is it just a tower then?
No, I think a pillar is just like a tall, thin structure.
I think a pillar has to be a supporting a load.
Dictionary.com. No, we'll worry about it later. We'll argue about this later. Because it's time for the casting couch. My favorite portion of the news segment, just because Scott doesn't like the name.
I like the name now, actually. I just didn't like it before because it's
kind of pornographic.
It's very pornographic.
So it's all Flash and Arrow casting. And I just put them together instead of like telling you which is which because they're going to cross over.
Yeah.
We have Michael Ironside. I don't know if you know who he is.
Name sounds familiar.
He is going to be playing Captain Cold's dad.
What?
Michael Ironside. Total Recall.
I know who he is. Yeah. Totally know who he is.
Yeah, Top Gun, Terminator Genesis, not Genesis? Salvation, sorry. The bad Terminator. We also have a villain, Alexander Calvert. He's not a villain. That's the actor's name.
Yeah.
I guess he could be a villain. We don't know. But he's going to be playing Anarchy. And Anarchy is actually a very interesting character. He's kind of like a Joker character. He's all about chaos and everything.
So he's the trickster, but less funny.
Less funny than the trickster.
Okay.
It doesn't look like he's in anything that is...
Nothing that I know.
Yeah, I mean...
Lost Boys, If I Had Wings, Kicking
Lost
It
Boys,
Old School.
The Tribe. You gotta say that because Lost Boys, the first one is actually really good and a fan favorite.
Okay.
And then, do you know who Echo Kellum is?
No, but I know he's going to play our Mr. Terrific.
Yep, and who is Mr. Terrific, Scott?
The third smartest person in the DC universe. Yep. Creates the T-spheres that he uses to teleport between... What does he call it? Is it something dumb like the T-zone? It probably is.
Yeah, it's probably something like
some
the Terrific
alternate
Zone.
It's some alternate dimension where he does all of his experiments in, and then he's a businessman as well, and everyone knows that he's Mr. Terrific. His character. I can't remember what his character's name is.
I don't know his actual name either.
I actually read the comic. He had a comic for a little while.
Really?
It went for about a year. 12 issues. It wasn't bad. But it wasn't fantastic.
But he's actually a cool character. Yeah. It wasn't terrific, is what you were saying.
Yeah, it wasn't terrific. But he plays
this
better.
This comic is a lie.
Yeah, I think his character is better with other characters, not solo.
Yep.
So.
And I think he's kind of I'm a good guy, but I'm not really a good guy kind of character. Like him in Future's End, where he's like a businessman.
But he's kind of ruthless.
He's kind of ruthless, yeah. And then the last one is Adam Copeland, also known as, a.k.a., The Edge, a WWE wrestler.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He is going to be playing Atom Smasher on Arrow.
Oh, cool. The awesome girl from Marvel.
No, the DC Atom Smasher.
Oh, so not the good one.
No. No, actually, Atom Smasher is really cool.
I know.
He grows big.
That's right.
You know, where the Atom grows small, he grows big, and he's got like dense fists kind of thing. He smashes atoms. Yeah. But yeah, so that's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully, he grows big. You know, Arrow isn't really known for its.
His downside to his power is he can only hit people named Adam. He
I can
smash
only
them.
smash the atom.
Everyone else, he's like, to everyone else. Whoa.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know.
You just kind of...
Oh, anyways, to everyone else, sorry if you heard that. I don't know what that was. Some kind of audio
what they
disruption.
heard was probably you talking, and then you talking like this, and then you talking like this again.
But it might have just been my headphones, not the thing. Anyways,
oh yeah, I guess that could have been true.
my whole joke's kind of gone now.
Yeah, let's just
he can only
move on.
smash people named Adam, but anyone else he tickles them. So he's the Corey tickler.
The Corey. You know what?
He's the Steve
There's
tickler.
plenty of them out there.
He's the Steve tickler,
Okay,
the Dave tickler.
let's move on from that.
But
now.
Adams. Whoa.
Whoa.
We're all made of atoms.
We are all made of atoms. Let's move on to trailers and videos.
Machine gun jubblies? How did I miss those, baby?
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
All right, we're back.
It's back.
Alrighty, it's trailers and videos time.
Yay!
Yay! And for those of you thinking that we forgot to review, we're changing things around a little bit, so just relax.
Oh,
Ah.
50 episodes, and we're
Yeah.
finally changing things. Not like we didn't change them the first, 3.
No.
So.
Not like we
All
change
right.
them every single time.
The first video we've got this week that we saw
Yes.
that I thought was kind of funny is Conan O'Brien takes the Comic-Con test.
Yeah, the Comic-Con citizenship? Isn't it?
Yeah. Basically, are you an official geek?
Yeah. Who was it that... What is
Chris-
the guy's
Chris
name?
Hardwick.
Chris Hardwick. Who wore a weird suit.
And a
by the way.
codpiece, which is
Yeah.
kind of disturbing.
Anyway, so he gives Conan this Comic-Con test. It turns into a fun skit. Go watch it.
Yeah. I can't really...
You can't really talk about it unless
Without spoiling
yeah.
it all.
And that's one thing that it's just like at first you think it's going one direction and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it. It's just they're being funny.
So the next one I want to talk about is the Attack on Titan trailer. So we saw a trailer a little while ago, 6 months, 5
Yeah.
months, and it was all in Japanese. So who the heck knows what they're saying?
Yeah.
I don't speak Japanese.
Neither do
I
I.
have no idea. But the Titans looked really cool. The graphics on it looked good. The quality looked good.
Yeah.
But I couldn't get past the acting.
Yep.
It's just like, well, I don't know what they're saying. So
Well, now we have a sub-trailer.
yeah, that someone went out and
Subtitled
it. So, and it's actually got more stuff. It's got it shows
Yeah, it's like it's
Eren
got,
turning into Titan and fighting other Titans, and it's some pretty
Spoilers.
cool stuff. They'll find out when they watch the movie.
Yep.
But it made me go, okay, I can watch this movie.
Yeah.
I can watch the subtitled version because I've watched the subtitled anime, so might as well support them and watch the movie.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not gonna buy it, but I'll watch it.
I'll wait till the dubbed version comes out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because I got halfway through the subtitled cartoon and I couldn't take it anymore.
Okay.
What's
so,
next?
We talked about last week the Suicide Squad trailer got leaked,
Yes.
but it was a crappy handheld, kind of crooked version with terrible audio and whatever.
And we said we're going to reserve judgment until the actual trailer comes out.
yeah, and the actual trailer did come out this week.
Now,
And-
before we talk about the trailer itself, I want to comment on something.
okay.
When the Age of Ultron trailer got released
Yes.
or got leaked early,
Yes.
Marvel came out and they were probably panicking behind the scenes, but they came out on Twitter and they were just like, "Dang it, Hydra! How dare you? You know,
how dare you leak our trailer?"
they're kind of they
But
made
here-
it.
But here's the real
Here's
version.
the real stuff, you know. Yeah, well, Warner Brothers came out with a 2-paragraph thing about how they're disappointed in the fans for releasing this, and it was supposed to be just for Comic-Con, and they didn't want to release it yet, but they're going to now, just so people can see. So blah 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 blah.
Let's talk a little more about this. We got time.
Yeah,
This, yes, I saw the same thing. They were disappointed. They're trying to shame you. It's basically what your parents do. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
disappointed.
That's WB they're just disappointed in us. Shut up. Seriously, shut up.
This is the reason why
you
fail.
you knew that this was going to be leaked.
You are showing a trailer at Comic-Con.
In Hall H, which is the movie hall.
Yeah.
If you show a trailer there, it is a guarantee that someone has recorded it and someone is going to release it online.
There are things called Google Glass these days, guys.
So here's what you do. You don't show an effing trailer
Unless you're ready to
unless
release
you're
it.
ready to actually release it. Now,
This has been my problem for a while
need to
with
say,
Comic-Con.
what they need to say is, yes, these people have paid money to see this stuff early. That's fantastic. Here's your trailer, but just wait. In 2 weeks, we'll release it officially.
Yeah,
And they need
exactly.
to say that up front so people can either, if they still want to record it, they'll still record
and
it.
if
But
people still want to see the leaked one, that's fine.
Yeah.
For me, I'd wait 2 weeks.
that's why we didn't talk about it
Yeah.
until this week, because we were waiting for the full version. We're not going to talk about the Warcraft trailer in depth.
No, even though we want to.
Yeah,
I want to.
I know. I want to as well. But I think it's.
I was surprised that one leaked.
I
Like-
wasn't.
like
I mean,
every
I said,
other- so
don't be surprised.
They've had other stuff, like other conventions before this, with not as tight security as Comic-Con, and nobody's released it. Like everybody's been like, "Oh, it was so great," but we didn't record anything.
Yeah.
and I was completely surprised when I saw it.
So the Batman v Superman, and this is one thing that Comic-Con needs to do. They need to display it for the people in Hall H, and then release it the weekend of.
And it's an old way of doing things.
Yeah.
Because Comic-Con used to be very exclusive.
Yes.
These days, anybody can watch Comic-Con footage.
Yeah.
The internet is out there. People are always turned in and turned on.
The other thing that kind of
That
is
kind of sounded
annoying.
wrong, but
Well, the other thing that's annoying is there's 130,000 people that go to Comic-Con in San Diego.
yeah.
But guess how many people actually get into Hall H?
Like
6,000.
Yeah, exactly.
That's it. So all the people that go to Comic-Con, even they don't get this stuff that's supposed to be super exclusive. And
Yeah.
I hate to say that's not fair because they don't owe us anything. But just release it. I don't know
Exactly.
why.
Yeah. I mean,
Marvel owned up to it. They went,
really-
they made it their own deal. Haha. Well, that sucks.
yeah.
We were going to release it in a month anyways, but it's early out now. So companies need to stop thinking this is going to be exclusive, and we need to make sure it doesn't get leaked.
because there's
They need to just say-
nothing exclusive
They
anymore.
need to just say you're going to see it a couple days early.
Yeah.
You're going to see it a half a week early. You're going to see it a week early, and then they're going to release it anyways.
Or the experience is that you get to see the actors talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
The experience doesn't have to be the trailers. Trailers come out all the time.
Yeah.
That's not important anymore. What's important is, meeting and greeting and hearing these stories about on set and everything and how crazy things are,
Yep. Yep.
That's
And also, WB coming out and being like, we're disappointed in the fan. That's a childish move. That's some butthurt executive decided to come out with that.
and that's what Warner Brothers is, butthurt executives.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They
That's why they didn't do as good as Marvel.
yeah.
That's why DC movies haven't done good, is because these executives don't know how to handle their business.
They release a movie like Superman Returns. And it doesn't do as good as they planned.
Yeah.
So rather than go, okay, why? What did we do wrong? What did we need to change? Let's pick ourselves back up by our bootstraps and do it again, but do it better. No, they just go, fine.
We're not doing anything for years.
You guys aren't gonna, pay attention to us.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how they react to everything. This is why I'm worried so much about Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, all this stuff, because I'm worried that one of them's not going to do good, and they're going to can the rest of them.
Yeah, they're gonna pull the plug on it.
Yep. Marvel.
Marvel
doesn't do that.
had some missteps.
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
Iron
not
Man
that
2.
good of a
The
movie.
Hulk.
The
The Incredible
was
Hulk
not- yeah.
wasn't that good of a movie.
Did not get well received.
Thor actually wasn't that good. It wasn't well received, and neither was Captain America. They didn't do bomb at the box office.
Yeah.
They still made money.
Yeah. But Marvel said, you know what? We're looking at the end goal more than the individual stepping stones.
Exactly.
So, because look at them now. Avengers 2, Iron Man 3, Guardians of the Galaxy, they've all made up for any of those missteps.
Exactly.
The Winter Soldier made almost $1 billion. And it's a Captain America movie.
Don't remind
Who
me
would've
about the
thought-
Winter Soldier.
who
Every
would've
time
thought
somebody
that?
reminds me about the Winter
You wanna
Soldier,
watch
I
it?
want to watch it. Anyway, let's talk about Suicide
Yes.
Squad.
So,
the Comic-Con
rant
trailer.
over.
Yes.
Rant over. You now know how we feel about this.
There's
We-
some Warner
we
Brothers
would-
executive writing us a strongly worded email. I was listening to your podcast.
Good. Someone would be actually writing us email. Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Trailer. So, here's a movie that is kind of out of left field, to be honest.
It's surprising that it's one of their earlier movies.
Yes.
Because they're kind of just throwing everything at you that you're like, I'm not really sure I know these characters.
Think about it like this, though. Here's a bunch of characters that people don't really know. They may have heard their names once or twice. So if the movie does bomb, they don't have to...
That's true.
They don't.
They have deniability.
They don't necessarily have to scrap the rest of them.
So
they can just go, well, I guess people didn't really know them. They didn't like them. So.
But they're D-list villains. That's exactly right. We have deniability if it fails, kind of thing. Which is a line in the... not that specific line in the trailer.
So the woman that plays Amanda Waller.
Yes.
Brilliant.
She's been in The Help. She's the main character in The Help.
Oh, that's right.
And she's fantastic in that. She's in Ender's Game. She's actually the therapist.
She's the therapist.
Or psychiatrist.
Yeah, so she's great as Amanda Waller. Perfect portrayal so far. I love Miss Frederick's voice from the animated series.
Well, and so here's my problem.
But she doesn't look the part in real life.
Are you kidding me? She looks exactly like Amanda Waller.
You're right. She does.
They probably hired her for the voice because she looked so much like Amanda Waller.
Amanda Waller that doesn't really fit is the one in Arrow. Because she's this skinny, hot...
Yeah, and you're like...
Skinny, hot lady.
You're like, you're not Amanda Waller. You're just confusion.
Yeah. Quit confusing me, Aunt May.
Yes, exactly. We talked about that last week, but I'm still kind of like, that's really going to be hard for me to... You're 5.
I am.
Okay, so yes, she's a perfect portrayal. You get some cool shots of all the different characters. Harley, that's the point that we should talk about, because we were concerned about Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
So let's not talk about what the trailer has in it, because it's just a lot of different scenes cut together. But we get to see different characters. So let's go through them. I mean, we've got
El Diablo.
Okay, El Diablo. You see him one time, one or two times, and he's just a tattooed guy.
Yeah.
Don't really know what he does. I honestly don't really care.
You see a lot of the Enchantress, actually.
Yes, and I think she looks fantastic.
Yeah, she looks
great. I love the look of her, where she looks like the Swamp Lady.
Pretty much.
At first, I was like, "That's stupid. That looks dumb." But the more I see it, the more I'm like, "Okay, yeah," because the Enchantress is like, she's the dark magic, and it doesn't. Dark magic usually takes a toll on your body.
Yeah, you don't really look that great after.
She's also being possessed by this entity. She's
not.
Really? Her powers are not. She just grew up and she can do them. She goes into the jungle, the forest, or whatever.
Looks like a cave in this.
Yeah, or into the swamp or something like that, and she gets possessed by this. I don't know if it's a demon or if it's
just like a dark magic spirit.
A dark magic spirit, yeah.
Which is really interesting for.
That's why she changes
a Warner Brothers movie
from looking to. That's why she changes from looking from a cute normal looking person to the swamp hag, basically.
So here's what I would say: if DC's smart, they do not reference the fact that there's magic. Like, they don't question it in their movies. Like, there's a magic user, they just move on.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of Will Smith being like, well, what is your powers? That's kind of some weird crap. I don't believe in magic.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Well,
just move on.
Just like they did in Ultron, Age of Ultron, where he's fast and she's weird.
Yeah,
they wouldn't say. Because she's magic. Scarlet Witch is magic, guys.
Yeah, she's got magic powers.
But yes, that is cool. I love that idea of them, especially with, like the Question and the Helmet of Naboo and Constantine and stuff. Just, yes, magic exists. It happens.
Yep.
Demon spirits, other realms.
We're not
ancient artifacts that have
move
power.
on.
Yeah, that's cool. We all accept it, move on, and go. I mean, that also gives you the ability to take down Superman.
Exactly.
Or to give him trouble.
Yeah.
Whereas normally he would just walk right through whatever you threw at him.
Exactly.
Okay, so Enchantress. Then the next one I think we should talk about is Jai Courtney.
Oh, Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. He looks great.
Yeah,
I love his mutton chops that they got. I love the pop collar.
He looks like Captain Boomerang.
He's got the Australian
basically.
accent going on.
The trailer makes me want to watch the animated movie, The Assault on Arkham.
Yes,
because it's really good.
It's kind of what they based it off of.
Killer Croc looks much more close to his what he actually is rather than what he's become in the comics.
So in the cartoon, in the Batman animated cartoon, which is I would suggest, or I would think that the majority of our listeners and
The 90s one, right?
the 90s one, yeah, Batman the animated series, like the Batman, basically, they're gonna see Killer Croc as a full-blown crocodile.
No. Actually,
Is he not that?
no.
Maybe
In
I'm
the
thinking of
animated,
Spider-Man. Never mind.
yeah, you're thinking of Lizard. In the animated cartoon, he's like a gray-skinned. He does have kind of the big jaw type thing,
Yeah.
but he's kind of just like that circus freak kind of thing.
But in the comics,
in Batman Arkham Asylum, he's a croc, and in the later comics, he's actually a croc. You know, but his origin is that he's just a circus freak.
Yeah.
with like scaly skin or
and
you
sharp
know.
teeth, and they did practical effects, which we love. We love our practical effects,
It's true.
especially when they're done well. And this one is done great. I think he looks awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, he looks like a freaking Koopa kid
Or Goomba, one of the
Koopa
Goombas
from
Mario.
from Mario, the old Mario Brothers movie,
The live action one.
but better.
No,
Way
I
better.
mean, he looks great.
Yeah,
You get to see a couple shots of Katana,
yeah.
which she looks fine.
She looks
I mean,
fine. She looks just like Katana from the comics.
Yep.
But she didn't talk or anything.
No.
So
You get to see Will Smith as Deadshot.
You get to see both him out of his costume,
Yes.
and him in his costume. Now, here's one thing that I'm worried about: is he going to have his costume on more, or is he going to have it off?
It looks like they're going to show his face more than he's going to wear the mask, which sucks. But you know, that's just
Well, I mean, as long as he has like the full costume on, I'm okay with Deadshot costume with no mask, and the mask could only be on like at the beginning of the the wherever they go, whatever they go.
You don't
to.
really get to see too much of what's going on and what they're fighting.
Yeah,
either.
we don't know what they're going after.
Yeah.
The suspicion is they're going after the Joker. That's how they're going to introduce him.
And that was like that was my suspicion when I first saw the trailer. But every time we see the Joker, I think it's a flashback. At least in the trailer.
Maybe it'll be a flashback, and that's why they're going after him is because he did all this stuff.
So let's talk about the Joker then.
No, we'll wait till the end.
Okay, we were going to wait till the end for him.
Yes, because that's probably the most controversial.
Well, then let's talk about his girlfriend.
Well, hold on. Is there any others that we...
I can't think of any.
There's the Rick Flag.
We didn't see
show
hardly
him.
anything of him.
Yeah.
You really don't see anything of any of the others.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn. Margot Robbie looks perfect.
Yes.
She looks like Harley Quinn.
It's a different look. It's more New 52 than classic animated series, which, of course...
Yep.
That one's... I mean, that's great, and I love that Harley Quinn, but let's admit, it would look weird on screen.
Yeah.
It would look really goofy. So she's got a couple tattoos. She's got a ripped up shirt, tight or short shorts. She's using a baseball bat. Someone
crazy.
Someone was complaining that she didn't have a mallet, and I think they'll do what they did in Arrow, where he accidentally picked up the boxing glove and used it. Without even... It was kind of like a throwback to that.
But you can't...
That'll happen. She'll be in some warehouse or toy store, and she'll
grab a toy mallet.
She'll
or
need a
something.
weapon. She'll grab a mallet and use it against someone.
Yeah.
And then
But
she'll go...
She uses a bat a lot, too.
She does.
So that's not anything uncommon for
So
her.
she looks good.
Yes.
I mean, Margot Robbie's a beautiful woman. I mean, first of all, got the look down. Has the crazy kind of movements and stuff for her. I mean, at one point she's licking her bar the sail bars.
Yeah.
And
and
just like
she's got the kind of I'm crazy, but I'm also kind of sexy look.
Yeah.
Or feel to her with her movements. She does use her baseball bat like a shotgun at one point, which is kind of classic Harley Quinn. Her voice, though, is interesting. Now, I'm not sure if I hate it or I'm not sure if I like it.
I haven't heard enough of it.
Exactly.
So hopefully there's another trailer.
There's a couple moments that you're like, oh, okay, that sounds kind of like Harley Quinn.
Then there's a couple moments where we're like, was that Harley?
That
Or was
doesn't
that...
sound at all like Harley Quinn. But here's my problem.
Okay.
Geeky fanboys are going to freak out because she doesn't sound like Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And the problem is you can't sound like Harley Quinn. It's like the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker did not sound at all like Mark Hamill.
Right.
You have to have that kind of line that you're willing to be like, okay, this is the part where it stops becoming a cartoon and starts becoming live action. And that's the point where we're okay with a different actress, with a different portrayal of the character.
So I'm withholding judgment on it. One, because I haven't heard enough of her talk, and two, I like the voice in the animated series, but I'm okay with a different voice.
Me too.
Like Joker.
Yeah.
I love Mark Hamill, but there's been other Jokers like Heath Ledger that have done well, and in that context, he fits that part. It's
Exactly.
him. And I think, and let's talk about the Joker then.
The Joker. He gets one line at the end,
but it's
the best line in the entire trailer.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm just
hurt
going to hurt you really, really bad.
And at first, we were kind of like, okay, that's interesting. That's an interesting portrayal on the Joker and everything. We heard his laugh, too. We heard like well, I'm not sure if it's his laugh, but it could be just like a slowed down version of something. But we were sitting there, and then I think it was either you or my wife said, they're going Heath Ledger route with it.
Probably.
And we all went, oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're going, they're leaning more towards Heath Ledger than that's
what people remember,
Well, and the Joker's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And in the comics, he's a horrible, horrible person. And in the cartoon, he can't be a horrible person.
Exactly.
It's a cartoon. So what are they going to do in a TV show or a movie that's going to be at least PG-13? They're going to make him a psychopath.
Make him a psychopath.
He's going to kill people. He's going to, he's going to hold people hostage. I mean,
yep.
The Joker has his own moral code, but it is very flexible.
Oh, yeah.
And it changes all the time.
It's basically don't work with Nazis.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the last video.
Yes. Oh, we spent a lot of time on
We
that,
did spend a lot of
time.
time.
But that's okay, because we don't have much. So.
And that's the sign of an interesting trailer is when you have to analyze it like that.
And that's the sign of a Comic-Con that didn't do that well.
Yeah.
Because once Comic-Con is over, normally, like all my YouTube channels I subscribe to, they had hardly anything.
There wasn't like any
even
reviews.
during Comic-Con there was very little coming out. So I don't know.
That's kind of because Marvel wasn't there.
We
only got half of the comic book world.
They're getting to the point now, but if you noticed this year alone, more stuff has been revealed and released and talked about than ever before.
Yeah.
During the year before Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So I think that was the issue, is that all these companies didn't save up everything like Lego Dimensions.
Yeah.
They would normally they would have saved up and waited until Comic-Con and released.
And I think that's just a sign of the changing times, where it's no longer you announce it in a magazine, you announce it on the internet whenever you want, and you hold your own little press conference for it.
Yeah. Last one.
Yes.
It's called Jedi with a GoPro.
Yay!
Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see a Jedi? What would a Jedi would do with a GoPro? Well, someone made a video about what a Jedi would do.
And it's basically kill storm. It's the same thing a Jedi normally does.
Only from his point of view.
Yes.
You get to see the stormtrooper shooting at him. He reflects him with a lightsaber. He rips a ship apart with the Force, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
The only thing that bugs me about it.
Yes.
And I pointed this out and it kind of ruined it for you too.
And so, not spoilers, ruiner alert.
That's what I do. He does not. The guy that did it, they should have had him wearing the Jedi robes.
Yeah.
Because he holds out his arms and they look like regular hairy human arms. Jedis have regular hairy human arms a lot of times, but they're usually covered in robes.
Yep, and the robes are really what make a Jedi.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a Jedi. So,
or the robes make it the man.
Or Luke had the black jumpsuit on.
Exactly.
At one point,
yeah,
so.
They're covered.
Yeah, I don't know why, but it kind of threw me off.
You're right, and when I saw that. You pointed out, I was like, yeah, that really does kind of...
I watched it once, and I was like, this is really cool, but there's something odd about it. So don't get us wrong. It's an amazing video. It's really fun, really awesome. So check it out. We'll post links to them.
Yeah.
Did we post links last week?
No, we didn't.
We forgot.
Oh, well. We're so good at this.
Whatever.
Let's go ahead and forget all that.
We've only been doing it for a year.
Yeah, it's not like we have everything settled or anything.
Yeah, let's get to our spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free.
We're not going to do spoilers.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, it's just out.
Okay.
I don't want to do spoilers.
All right. Spoiler-free review.
Mr. Superman not here.
Well, we're looking for a missing...
I know. Mr. Superman, he know he's here.
Yeah, okay. Well, can you just give him this flyer?
No, I have no money.
Just take this flyer, and if you see this baby...
No.
All right.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, it's time for us to review Ant-Man.
This will be a really small review.
Are you saying it's going to be short?
No. I don't know. It's just a pun. I'm letting it sink in.
Yeah, and I was adding to that pun with another pun about height.
Oh,
Short.
I see. All right. Well, yeah.
You always belittle my jokes.
Just a tiny bit.
Okay, we're talking about Ant-Man. We went and saw it today, and I couldn't be more excited
Holy
to see
crap.
it.
This is such an awesome movie.
It is really great.
It's so fun.
Marvel does it again.
Oh, brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
the reason why I like this one,
Yeah.
they are just having fun with it.
Yes.
And we talked about this on the way home, and we're going to talk about it again because it's a podcast. The Phase 2 has kind of been very serious.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a movie that's been super fun or super like
So let's go through them. Iron Man 3 was really serious with Tony's whole
Mental-
anxiety
yeah.
and mental state, and
there were. I mean, okay, so granted, there are jokes in all of these.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure, and the next one's Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Super serious movie with
such-
Hydra and everything.
It is just
It
like
is-
a mind bender.
It's like nonstop seriousness.
Thor: The Dark World actually was second, not Winter Soldier.
Oh, that's
Thor:
right.
The Dark World is super serious.
Yeah, very serious.
World ending. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Winter
Then-
Soldier's kind of world ending
Yeah,
because they were gonna basically enslave the entire planet.
yeah.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy is
It was a little more lighthearted.
a
but,
little bit
But the last half of it was a lot of
seriousness.
they're
world
going to kill a
ending.
planet, and we got to stop them,
Yep.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then we've got Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Which
Definitely a serious movie.
yes,
I mean, he's going to destroy the whole planet.
yeah, with the giant
And I
meteor.
understand this. This is Marvel movies. They're there to fight the world-ending threats, and that's
Yeah.
fine. That's great.
and
But
yes, they can have fun
but
along the way.
sometimes it can get a little
Now,
stressful.
we didn't realize this though until we saw Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And this movie is, yes, there's a threat to the world basically.
Yeah.
But they're having fun with it.
Yes.
And this movie
How can you not have fun with it when they're throwing toys at each other?
Exactly. Well, you've got a character that shrinks down to microscopic size and hits people
Yep.
and can talk to ants.
Yes. Which the ants were great.
They were like one of the
They're
best
fantastic.
parts of the show.
I loved the way that they incorporated them into the movie, and I'm not going to say anything about that
No.
because they're great.
Yeah.
Great parts of it.
They're super
But
fun.
yes, he can talk to them, and he doesn't actually go, "Hey, ant,
Hey,
do this."
and the ant goes.
He has a device that can translate into
It looks like a hearing aid.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much a hearing aid spray painted is
Yep.
what it is. But,
All of the characters, I think, are fantastic in it.
what I was surprised with was Evangeline Lilly's character.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, she's fine in The Hobbit,
Yeah.
but she's not.
She was a generic elf to me in The Hobbit.
Exactly. She wasn't very memorable. In this, she's super memorable. She's got a great character story arc.
She's a strong female character, which is awesome, and you'll
Yep.
find out why.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you watch the movie.
Against no spoilers, no spoilers.
And all of the side characters, I bit my tongue. All the side characters were amazing. His thief friends are actually some of the best parts of the movie
Yeah.
are their lines and their banter back and forth to each other. The only character that I really didn't like was the police officer, but that's just because he's the generic kind of police officer.
Yeah, and he was kind of set up to be a little douchey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and yeah.
And an ass hat.
Judy Greer, first of all.
Yeah, surprise.
This isn't really a spoiler because you can look them up on IMDb and find out what they're playing.
And I think we actually talked about her.
Yeah, Judy Greer plays Scott Lang's ex-wife and the mother of their child.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of shocked. She's getting a lot of work lately. She was in Jurassic
Surprising.
World
Yeah,
a little bit.
it's very surprising.
She's getting really small parts, but I keep seeing her in a lot of stuff, and I'm like, huh.
And she's like, "Who's a good mom? Judy Greer? Okay, let's get Judy Greer.
She's a cute redhead. She can be funny if needed. She can be really funny.
She'd be really funny.
I mean, she
Yeah.
plays a voice on Archer. It's just amazing. at it,
Everybody
so-
on that show is amazing.
Yeah.
And so the CG's good. Like that was one thing that my wife was worried about when she watched the trailer. She's like, the CG kind of looks a little weird.
It was honestly, it was a little hinky, but I'm a lot more picky about it than others.
Yeah.
So like I was really picky about the Jurassic World CG at points. However, this one, it was a little hinky, but it kind of had that feel to it. It was like we're having fun with it, and they're trying not to be. If it's too real, it becomes serious.
Yeah.
You know?
And they don't want to be serious. And this movie shows that they don't want to be serious. There's great one-liners in it. There's
Paul Rudd. Wow.
Yeah, it's surprising, right?
And did you notice there were times where you could tell it was an Edgar Wright movie, and then times where you could tell it wasn't an Edgar Wright movie? And you're like, oh, that's an Edgar Wright line.
There were
you know?
there are times where I was like, oh, this would have been probably one of the scenes from Edgar Wright.
Yeah.
My wife actually, when the scene where Paul Rudd is shirtless, she actually like went, I can't believe, he's got abs now.
So did Evangeline Lilly. She looked at him like, oh, okay. Because he's not dopey in this.
No,
he's usually dopey in most
He
things,
usually looks really dopey.
Yeah.
But, you get contracted for a Marvel movie, and they just, they give you the Marvel serum that just makes you, buff and attractive.
It's a super soldier serum.
Pretty much, they have it.
Give it to you.
I need to get contracted with a Marvel movie.
Me too. What were some of your favorite parts? Well, I don't want to say
you can't really spoil it.
This is one of those movies where they don't show you anything in the trailer. Mm-hmm. I mean, they really don't.
It's so surprising.
I had very little knowledge of what was
going to happen.
I knew who the bad guy was, Corey Stoll. Mm-hmm. He was Yellow Jacket, and he has the suit that he makes, and he fights him. Okay, great. But I don't know anything else.
Yeah.
I didn't know why Hank Pym wasn't
in
charge, or why he wasn't the
exactly.
Ant-Man, why he was old. I mean, I had no idea about that. The first 5 minutes of the show, you turned to me and said, I love it already.
Yeah, exactly.
And I totally agree with that, because it's
so fantastic.
It was very awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's just get into our ratings.
Okay,
what would you get it?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5?
I think it might be one of my top 5 favorite Marvel movies.
I'm super into Marvel and super biased. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 as well. If I wasn't biased, I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, if I wasn't biased.
I'm dead serious. If I wasn't biased,
yeah,
that's what I would give it, because it was really good. It's got a 79% critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's got a 93% from users. So.
Exactly. And I think critics are just kind of like, I mean, critics are just kind of, and you know what?
They were all.
I read the reviews.
They were surprised at how lighthearted and fun it was.
And some of the bad reviews, they just seemed like they just wanted to use a one-liner about it being small. Like it's not, for such a big movie, it's such a small concept or something like, something stupid like that, because reviewers love to.
Lots of Easter eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of Easter eggs. There's always Easter eggs in every
There
Marvel
are some
movie.
surprising Easter eggs. That one scene in the middle of it with the guy and the other guy, where you're just like, I can't believe we got to see that.
I don't remember what you're talking about, but you'll tell me later. I
can see you.
We highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Oh,
please.
That scene. Yes.
Yes,
okay.
That scene.
I'm looking for a guy who shrinks. Stay till the afterwards. There's a stinger. What do they call this?
So there's a mid-credit scene,
and
then there's a stinger at the very end.
And they're both good.
They're both fantastic. The one at the very end, I need to go watch it again, because I only caught half of it because I was freaking out so much. So, but that's just me, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 out of 5 from both of us, because we're Marvel fanboys. 4.5 for Scott if he wasn't a Marvel fanboy.
But I'm not, or I am a Marvel fanboy.
But I am. So it's moot point.
Yeah, we highly recommend it.
Yes.
And go see it. This is actually a movie you could see without knowing anything about the rest of the universe.
I mean, there's references to the other stuff in there, but there's no references that are like.
I mean, okay, I'm going to say one thing. At one point he goes, "You know what we need to do?" And he's like, "Yeah, first thing we need to do. It's call the Avengers."
Yeah.
And it's kind of a funny line.
Exactly.
It's like, yeah, what would you call, what would classify a call for them? But,
yeah. And that's stuff we'll get into with Phase 3 is when do you actually call the Avengers?
Right.
So excited. But until next year, let's get into our picks of the week.
Turn back, Sarah. Turn back before it's too late.
All right, guys, it's time for picks of the week.
Yeah, it's time to tell you what we've been geeking out about.
I'm going to go first this time.
Feel free.
I am geeking out about a device Okay.
Okay.
I'm a techie.
Uh-huh.
I'm also a Trekkie.
Yes. You're a tech. You're a Trekkie.
I'm a Trekkie.
Trekkie.
I'm geeking out about a device that communicates with other people.
A phone.
Kind of.
Okay.
A Star Trek communicator that has a Bluetooth connection. It's from the classic series, Flip Up, the one that flips open and, you know,
Oh my gosh.
and it connects via Bluetooth to your phone. You can answer calls on it. It can play Star Trek sounds.
Oh, that looks cool.
Let's see. They took 3D scans of the original prop and
Wow.
made it. Yeah, it's so stinking cool. Let's see what else it's got. Fully licensed, obviously, the Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
Pairs with Bluetooth enabled. Sound effects and conversation fragments from the Star Trek universe.
Oh, cool.
It has a 30-foot range, which is standard Bluetooth range.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I wouldn't carry it.
I mean,
I'd carry it around and talk on the phone with it.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
people. Yeah. So hands-free calling, playing music. It's got a high-quality microphone. It's got a LED charge status, built-in charge or built-in battery. The only thing I'm a little about is the price.
Yeah.
It's $150.
That's very steep.
It's really cool though. It's so stinking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of want it really bad.
Yeah.
I want it really bad.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Well, you got something that's $150. I have something that's free for everyone.
Okay. So
Might take 30 seconds of your time with an ad or two. If you don't have an ad
30
blocker.
seconds of my time is worth $150. So
I have no idea where you're getting that number. This podcast is super expensive, if that's the case. But I am talking about a YouTube channel called Only Lee. Only Lee.
okay.
It's spelled Leigh.
I had an old boss named that. When I heard his name was Lee, I'm like, oh, Lee, and he's like, no, Leigh.
Only Lee is a YouTuber. She is an animator, so she
Okay.
does a lot of animated stuff, and she does a lot of stuff about being a fangirl in the modern day.
I think I've seen these.
Yeah, I've shown you a few of them.
The 5 stages of Pixar grief. Or
The
Pixar.
5 stages of a Pixar movie.
Yeah.
She's got some really fun ones about just different fandoms and everything, and just generally
Being a Doctor Who fandom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Generally being a fangirl, and it's really interesting. She's got some funny videos. She's got one called "Frozen is the New Black," which is a mix between the Disney movies and Orange is the New Black.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's pretty
good.
hilarious, and you should go check her out. Only Leigh. Only Lee. Yep.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So you can buy the communicator, connect it to your phone,
And
go
listen.
into YouTube, and you can listen to it on the communicator.
Or you don't even have to buy the communicator. I'm just saying, $150 to listen to YouTube is kind of steep.
I would pay it.
Would you?
If YouTube came out and said, in order to use our service anymore, you must pay a one-time fee of $150, but that's for life, but we just need that one-time fee, I'd pay it. I use YouTube all the time.
That's true.
All the time.
That's true.
Anytime I want to look up a trailer, YouTube. Anytime I want to watch a review, YouTube. Anytime I want to find out about a game, YouTube.
That's kind of disturbing.
They could do it, and you would
they
pay
could.
money.
They could do it, and millions of people would pay that money.
Yep. It would end up being like a Netflix thing where you'd share your account a lot, I bet.
So I was watching Netflix the other day. Just really quick rant. They had an ad on Netflix before a movie.
Oh, so they've always had those.
Yeah.
They are very select, though. They're super random, and super select people get them. So what they do is they pick out people that are in demographic. So, and they'll try to tailor an ad to it. And they've been doing this for a long time.
Now, it was Sense8. It was one of their original programs.
Okay. Well,
Which that's what made it okay.
That's okay. That's not what I'm talking about, though. I've
Okay.
seen other ads. So.
Yeah, you've seen like actual ads.
I haven't, but I've heard about them.
You've heard about them. That's just super weird. In my that was we both went. Me and my wife were like, "What? What are they doing?"
I'd hate to say it, but I can see him going to that at some point.
It's sad, but it's true.
Now, I hope if they do go to it, they offer a higher paid subscription without ads. Take note, Hulu Plus.
Yeah, that is just the most
when I
annoying
pay for
thing.
you, and I still have to watch
3
10 minutes
ads.
of ads through the whole effing show.
Yes.
You need to stop that. Ugh.
Agreed.
That's so annoying. Anyways, that is it, folks.
Yeah, that's an episode of the Acts of Geekery podcast.
The Rants of Geekery.
The Rants of Geekery. If you would like to comment on anything that we talked about, what do you think of Ant-Man? Or what do you think of the Suicide Squad trailer? Do you think we're being too hard on Warner Brothers? The answer is no. But you can send that email to actsofgeekery@gmail.com.
You can also hit us up on facebook.com/actsofgeekery and comment on one of our posts or leave us a private message.
Mm-hmm. Or you can go to twitter.com. We are at actsofgeekery, or just use the hashtag actsofgeekery and we'll try and find you.
All of our videos are up on YouTube, and you can comment on any of those, anything that we talk about.
And as always, most importantly, go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, or just give us a review, and subscribe while you're there. It'll download right to your phone.
That's the easiest way to get this podcast.
Exactly.
Actually.
And giving us reviews is the easiest way to make sure that we continue podcasting.
Yes.
And all of those are ACTS.
Not AXE.
Perfect. Alrighty. I had to think for a moment there because I said ACTS, and then I was like, wait, ACTX? Yes. And then you continued, so I saved myself, but then I ruined myself just now. So until next time, I'm Corey.
And I'm Scott.
We're the Brothers Geek.
Keep geeking out.
It's clobbering time! When you wish upon a star,
we should never sing
at all.